Nobody could figure out why we would want to open up a bar and restaurant down here. There was nothing in this neighborhood except supply houses. You got railroad tracks across the street that a train can park and block the road.
We would come in here and there was nobody. And James and I'd be screwing metal up on the wall. And I'm like, are you sure this is a good idea? Because there's not a soul walking by.
So we get down, we get open here, and then people start to trickle in. We didn't even have a patio on the front. I mean, we were just doing things as we could. We did not have any great idea on like what it was going to be. Like an architect drew this beautiful picture and said, this is what's going to go get built for you. We just started saying, yeah, this looks good on the wall. Slowly, we got started and we were able to build it out. And this building was built almost out of all the garbage that she saw. It was all recycled material. So we were able to take what was basically a Quonset hut built in 1947, and that everybody else who looked at this building to buy it was heavily discounting it because they said it had just to be bulldozed. It was just old rusty tin. And I was like, that's the beauty that we saw in it.
We needed chandeliers and I started looking at lighting and it's so expensive. And I'm like, gosh, there's nothing. We designed car hoods and just used Celtic designs and created these cool looking pieces of art that would stop your eye from looking at an ugly ceiling. These tables that we're on, this is the Tree of Life.
They were Jack Daniels barrels,
yeah.
and we were in a barrel program with our
So we just cut them off and used them and turned them into to tables.
There was never any time where anything was sketched up. Like you'll see this big wall behind us of glass, and it's probably 400 feet of glass. The only rule that I had for the welders is no two windows could be the same size. So they were able to like just freeform it and every day come in and say, okay, throw something across there because that window's too tall. And so it was like we've been super fortunate to meet artists that just have come along at the right time.
So Dennis is pretty good about scrounging for things or finding things because a lot of stuff you can't find in Tucson. A lot of the big steel that's holding some of this stuff up and these cargo doors, stuff like that. There was an old Harley building. We had access to a lot of the material, so we went down there and like all the beams for the bar and stuff like that, we went and got from them. Dennis have an idea about, hey, just put these two pieces of steel together and we'll put it over here, and people go, oh my God, that's awesome, where'd you guys get that? It's like, Dennis made it, you know, and like 90% of everything is recycled. They'd come by and drop off a pallet of junk that nobody wanted, and Tom was like, I could do something with that.
A lot of people use the word industrial. I like the rustic look of this place, and it wasn't meant to be a brewery, but we designed it into that, and now it's just a unique space with unique handmade tables, handmade copper trees, done by local people. This room is the IPA room. We use this room on Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. It's open to the public. Sometimes you can rent it out on Thursdays or Saturdays. The IPA room is unique because within this room, you can rent sections within this room. For example, the cellar that holds 50 people, and then the atrium, which is unique because there's large windows that look right into the brewery and you can see all the equipment. I do like the stained glass windows you're sitting right behind. It was from India and we shipped it here and made it our own. This place is unique and it shows. I've thrown 4 weddings here. One was a surprise wedding, which is nice because the cellar doors, they closed. So this couple came in and they just had their family come in just for a dinner. And then when the entire family was here, we opened up the cellar doors and they were standing there with a priest and in her wedding gown and his suit. And the family was just really surprised because they did not know that was happening.